Hello, I have a little tool I want to share for season ticket football flash that I've made, and I'm having to keep my voice down because it's 17 at night and everybody is sleeping in my house. So we'll see how this goes. But plan on putting this on the Code and Dice group. And once you download it, it's going to be this season ticket football flash helper.zip file. So once you download it, you'll want to extract it to your desktop or wherever. And then once you open that folder, so here was the file originally, here's the extracted folder. And I was pretty lazy because I'm not done with this, so I didn't write everything into the executable file. But I wanted people to be able to run this who don't have Python installed on their machine. So I kind of took a middle of the road approach. So this will work for now. So one more time, here's the file, right click, extract it. That's going to give you this folder right here that's unzipped. And then inside of that folder is a distribution folder. So you'll open that and you'll have to keep all three of these together. So you can't, in order for everything for it to run correctly, you can't like move this to your desktop unless you move all three of these to your desktop. So here's the logo for the Facebook group Code and Dice. Here's the season ticket football flash logo. And here is the executable file, which is like a regular desktop application. And you can see, like I said, I was lazy and I didn't put the logo inside of the file or anything just because this is a below beta version, but it'll work for now. So if you double click that to open it, it's going to give you this application here. Again, no logos or anything coded in. So getting Clay's permission before I release this. Going to get Clay's permission, who is the creator of Season Ticket Football Flash. This is the Facebook group Code and Dice, where I'm going to be sharing this. And there is essentially, you'll put in your away team's name. I recommend you keep it short here. And then you have to have the sets from Season Ticket Football to get the ratings. You'll need their offensive rating and their defensive rating, and you have to buy that from the set. And I put in the README/help section, I put a link to buy that. So if you click here, here are the instructions on how to run everything. Here is a link to my YouTube channel, but here is the link to Season Ticket Football, where you can get the instructions for free. And you can get that. This is the full game of Season Ticket Football, and this is Season Ticket Football Flash, and that's free. If you want to buy individual seasons, you can do that as well on this page. Um, Okay, so got a little lost there, but yes, you click on Flash, and then I have the 1999 season. So, to buy that, you click on the decade and add it to your cart. So highlight the decade you want. If you want the 70s, you would highlight that. If you want the 2010s to 2019, you would highlight that. I have the 90s, and then you would just purchase it. So you do have to have um, the files in order to be able, and you can see it's just $7 for the complete, 10-year for that decade. The reason I'm taking the lazy way out is because I have a dream of using this where if you have the CSV file, which you can get when you buy it, you can upload that into this helper that I have. But for now, I'm not doing that. So back to the helper. So I'll minimize this just so that there's less in the background. So the way it works is I am doing my 1999 playoffs, but I'll be doing the 2020-2021 season replay coming up soon. And I'm going to do the Titans and the Browns games, but I'm going to do all the other games in Flash. And this is just a quick way to set up your score sheet. So I'm going to use this now to set up my wild card weekend score sheet for my 1999 replay, and just to show you how it works. So if you just type in, I'm going to type in Miami, and they're a 7 offense and a 0 defense, and they are going to be playing Seattle, and they are a 7 offense and a -1 defense. So you're going to get a little preview here, and you can see, even though Seattle is a 7, the formulas are coded in to give you the modified grade based on season ticket football flash rules. And then you've got the modifiers for each quarter up here. And once you get all your games in, you can click Generate Excel Score Sheet, and it'll create a score sheet for you in Excel that's modeled after the score sheet in the instructions. So let me do the next game. The next game will be Kansas City, and I do recommend keeping this short here because when it prints to the Excel spreadsheet, if you have too many characters, it will. I didn't get the Excel part coded in 100% correctly, so it'll run into the next column. So I'll show you what that means when I go there. So Kansas City is a 9 on offense, a 0 on defense, and they'll be playing Tennessee. Now I'm actually going to play this game out with the full version of season ticket football, but just to show you the setup, Tennessee is a 8 and a 0. And I'm going to add this game to my list. So now you can see that for season ticket football flash, uh, if you want to use the quarter by quarter method, which is what this is really designed to show you or set up for you, um, then Kansas City is going to get +2 in the first quarter, +3 in the second, +2 in the third, +4 in the fourth. And then Tennessee gets bumped up to a 9 because they're at home. Um, and so they have the same ratings. So game number 3 is going to be Carolina. They're an 8 and a 1, and they are going against Washington, who is a 9 and a 2. Add that game to my list. And then the last game for Wild Card Weekend will be Dallas. These are just the teams that made the playoffs in my replay. They are a 6 and -1, and Minnesota. And I'm just going to abbreviate because I don't know how to spell Minnesota correctly. And 9 and 1. So I recommend, like I said, either putting in the mascot or the city name here. The preview, it's just going to take the first 3 letters, the first 3 characters that you enter up here, but the Excel spreadsheet is going to try to print out the whole name. And if you make it too long, it's going to run into the grade column over here. So did I add Dallas and Minnesota yet? I did not. So add game to the list. So now I've got all 4 games down here. If you make an error, you just have to click the reset button. Um, Again, the README with the link to Season Ticket Football website is here. My YouTube page is here. Reset everything is here. And if you once you have all of your games, once you have this area of the games you want, just click this Generate Excel score sheet. And I'm going to save this to my desktop and name it Wild Card Weekend. You can see it'll list where where you saved it at here. So it's on my desktop, Wildcard Weekend. Let me close this now. And here's the file right here. So you can see when I open it up, I've tried to make it look as much like the score sheet that Clay gave us as possible. So here we go. It's all ready for me to fill out, to roll out the games. Here's my modifiers up here, create it for me. And to see that it's going to do 5 games per page. If you have 16 or more games or a bunch of games, it'll print them all out on different pages, 5 per page, to show you the print preview file print. And you can see the preview right here. So I can print that out and be ready to go. So I'm excited about it. Wanted to share it with the community, and I'll be putting this out there at some point. So hope you guys have a good evening. Bye.